Hey everybody, we are back for day number 23 of the Merch Focus 30 series. And today, guys, I'm talking about two tactics that I've been using recently to kind of just help generate some additional organic traffic. Now, my disclaimer is that I have not been using these long enough to know exactly how effective they are yet. But they are two things that I haven't seen many other people talking about. And again, the principle here is we want to do all of the little things that are going to help us push our shirts up and get them lower in the BSR and just do the things that other sellers are not going to be doing on the merch platform. Now, I'm a big fan of organic traffic. As I think probably most of you guys are, and anyone that's in print on demand obviously likes to have a lean business where they don't have to invest in, too much advertising, too much inventory, the overhead, and all of that. So let's dive right in. The first tactic is something I've talked about a little bit before, and that is to use the Amazon Explore feature here. Now, I'll put a link down below in the description to the first video where I really talk more about how you can use this as a researched method. But in this video, I'm specifically going to chat a little bit about what I am doing with this tactic to get in front of more people and to get in front of more eyeballs. Now, if you guys click into the actual Explore page, it's going to pull up a bunch of different cool, unique, different kind of products that you maybe wouldn't normally find on Amazon. And if we scroll, for example, down on this main page here, you guys will see that there's tons of individual products, but then there's these things called idea lists or idea boards. And what these are, and you'll notice they're kind of scattered in here randomly. But they're almost like a storefront style feel, where anyone on Amazon can create one. It's an idea list where essentially you just put things together that kind of either go in a certain niche or a certain topic. For example, this one is Stream Dream, so kind of getting video game vibes. Just someone maybe who is streaming on Twitch or or on YouTube or one of these different platforms. And so someone has gone through and essentially just grouped all of this stuff together in here. And yeah, I mean, now this person, they're probably not doing anything crazy with this. This was maybe more just for fun, but you guys will notice there's 354 people that have gone in here and actively clicked a heart button to say that they like this. And if you guys even go into some of the individual products, the individual products themselves then are on these boards where people can also go in and like those or favorite those. Now it all helps get people to your actual your items themselves, and in this case obviously we're going to be talking mostly about merch products, but you guys will see like we have some t-shirts in here that are a little bit cool, and this, for example, this one's priced at $24, and if I liked this because I'm pre-qualified by this theme, I might click in and buy it. So that's kind of how I stumbled upon these idea boards. It was just while I was researching, actual designs and things that I normally wouldn't find in this explore field. But what really got me thinking is I stumbled upon one, and I'm not. Hopefully, the merch gods are going to bless us with one of these idea lists. You can filter specifically by lists only up here, and let's see. So we have some kind of big names just to point this out, but there's Delish, for example. Amazon Basics obviously has theirs. And then the rest you'll notice are just by regular people. Let me just see if we can find one. Okay. Pins and patches, we've talked about that, so you can dive in again for research, guys. But come on, here we go. So here, for example, what happened is I stumbled upon one, and it happened to be in the main feed, but it was someone who had gone and created a board on here that was an idea list just for t-shirts that met a specific niche. Now, this one, for example, is History Teachers Are Funny. The ones that I had found, the individual who created these had maybe 100 different lists with just t-shirts. So this person was specifically creating them for t-shirts, and their profile name was related to t-shirts. So it got me thinking, well, okay, if they're doing it, why can't I go in and start creating these lists centered around niches that I am designing t-shirts in, and essentially link them back to all my t-shirts. So if we click into this, you guys will see this person has 192 people that have gone in and actively hearted this kind of idea board, this idea list here. And this gal has just put in different t-shirts that she deems would make a funny, history teacher related shirt. And so the first kind of idea here is that we're getting our t-shirts in front of more eyeballs. Now, what we want to do and what I've been starting to do is actually creating these lists specifically for my t-shirt design. So my designer normally will focus on one niche or one kind of keyword or string of keywords each day. And once he finishes, I upload them and then take those t-shirts. And essentially, I'm going to go and create immediately a list related to them. So if we're sticking with this theme, maybe I'm going to go and create a teachers related board in here. Now, how do you actually create the list? I'll talk about it briefly, and then I'm going to let you guys kind of explore. But if you're signed in, you can go over here and just to your main account area, and under your lists, you can do create a list. Now in there, it's going to first take you to this page where you have shopping lists and wish lists. If you click this tab for idea lists, again, it's going to prompt you to sign in. Now, if I were signed in right now, essentially what that would allow me to do is then go create a new list, choose the title for the list, and you're going to probably want to try to keyword optimize that for what you're targeting, and then essentially go and add your own t-shirts into that list. So that's it. It's super simple. It's free. It's something that we should all be taking advantage of as just a simple tactic, and it's already native on Amazon's platform. So that's kind of the first idea. Let me know if you guys have been doing that. I haven't seen anyone else talk about it before, and to be honest, I have no idea how much actual traffic that's going to generate. But again, I'm just looking for creative ways to do something different that's going to help get more eyeballs over to my t-shirt listings. And the one other thing I did want to mention is that if you're someone like me who right now is not creating a single brand for their t-shirts that are listed on merch, due to wanting to protect yourself from people that are copycats, this is also a unique way that you can still kind of create a slightly more protected brand on Amazon. So you essentially with these lists, you're creating kind of these niche specific boards, but you're also still segmenting your shirts on Amazon by different brands. So someone can't click into them on your Amazon on the merch kind of search field, but if they're in these listings, they're still able to be found by customers. And I think that most people who are going to this explore area up here are generally more kind of customers that are looking to explore and find these, kind of different designs and different t-shirts and things that we have. So that's it for the first tip. So using the Amazon Explorer. Now the second one, something that some of you guys are probably a little bit more comfortable with and maybe have played around with, but that's Pinterest. And I'll be the first one to tell you I've never really used Pinterest before in the past, but I saw a few videos on it and how people were using it for merch, and that just got me interested, and I started going down the rabbit hole a little bit more. And so I created a Pinterest page, and I'm just going to show you guys the tactic that I've been using to actually, again, kind of pre-qualify people that are maybe interested in our t-shirts and then get more eyeballs over. So what you're going to want to do with this is essentially create a Pinterest page or a Pinterest, account. And on your Pinterest account, you're going to do kind of the same concept. So let's say you just created 10 t-shirts for dog lovers or people that love, dogs or animals in specific, or maybe a specific type of dog. What you're going to do is take those 10 t-shirt designs and you're going to come over to your own account and you're going to create a Pinterest board for those designs. And on that, you're just going to put pretty much a pin for each of your t-shirts with a link back to Amazon where you actually have that t-shirt listed. And you can even throw in, some other things that you find, related to dogs. But then once you actually have that, guys, you're going to go to the search bar up here and you're going to type in that niche. So for example, dogs. And you're going to want to filter it by boards specifically. Now, again, do not do this until you have just added t-shirts and maybe at least created several different boards. You want to at least make your profile look like it's, not just a pure spam profile, but that you've actually kind of taken the time, put some cool t-shirts in there. And, hopefully this all goes back to the fact that you've been taking time and really doing, research designs and making like legitimate designs that people would actually want to buy. So with that being said, guys, this is something that kind of goes back to my days in Instagram marketing and growth hacking and using some more of the tactics that were out there to automate kind of that followership and in building Instagram accounts. But essentially what you do is you're going to go into a page or a board here related to your niche. Now, everyone who is a follower of this dog's board, we can assume is pre-qualified to be interested or like dogs. Now, what that means is if we have 100 dog t-shirts, I can assume that if someone's already on this board and they're pre-qualified, there's a good chance that they're also going to be interested in my boards that have t-shirts and other dog-related pins. And hopefully come back and take a look at my page. And if they see a shirt on there that they think is funny because it's related to dogs, they're going to click on it. It's going to link directly back to my merch t-shirt listing. So what I am actually going to do, the nitty gritty, is essentially you're just going to go in here and literally follow as many of these people as you can. And what I'm seeing right now is this tactic still works extremely well on here. It's not for everyone. I know some of you guys, maybe this is something that you consider a little bit too gray hat or something that you don't think is necessarily completely authentic. And so I personally disagree. I think it's an awesome tactic. And I think that if you're creating high quality t-shirts for people in a specific niche, I come from a sales background. And that means that if I believe in my product, I want people that are interested in that product and qualified to have it. I want them to know about it and have it. So I actually think that this is an important thing to do for my business and for my t-shirts. So with that being said, what I do is essentially follow people on here. And it's right now there is still a limit, obviously, on how many people you can follow every day. But I've been doing this for about the last 10 days. And I find that for every day, I can follow about 150 people. And so out of that, I get about a 10% follow back rate. So 10% of those people are going to come back over to my Pinterest page, take a look at my boards, and follow not only my board, so not only my board related to dogs, for example, but they'll actually be following my entire account. And so anytime I create a new board on there, my t-shirts might pop up in their feed. Or if I add a new t-shirt specifically to the dog board, that t-shirt is going to get pushed over to them. Now, again, guys, this is not, I don't have a lot of data on this, on how well it is working, but I know there are people that have used this to kind of turbocharge their businesses. So again, let me know down below. I'm still learning on this tactic. If you guys have any experience with Pinterest, I'd love to hear. And also, if you think that it's working well for you. Now, one thing I've recently done as well is I did sign up recently for Amazon Associates, which is essentially their affiliate program. And I'm still learning a lot about that, but what I'm going to start doing is using those links to tie back to my Amazon t-shirts. So not only am I able to actually track how much traffic is coming back to my designs from Pinterest, but if someone does click through and actually purchase one, I'm actually going to get an additional percentage cut and a percentage share of the t-shirt that is purchased. So again, these are just all the other things that we're thinking. So that's kind of it for my strategy. Normally my workflow with this is to actually create a board for the niche that I focused on for that day. And then immediately after I've created that board, so let's say I just created a cats board, I'm immediately going to go and find other cats boards, follow the max amount of people that I can follow, and hopefully that gets some people to come back over to my page. And again, I've been doing this for 2 weeks. I've already got about 150 or 200 people that have followed my boards back, guys. And that's only going to grow from here. So the one last thing I'm going to leave you guys with is, again, that I think really with this and all other online businesses is you have to think that we're building assets. So let's say down the road you get kicked off of merch or something happens onto Amazon, or maybe you just decide that it's time to move on and you want to build your brand and take it off Amazon or wherever it goes. Well, creating a followership here on Pinterest is going to really be a major asset that's going to help you with that. So if you guys decide you change this brand and move it over to Shopify, or maybe you only want to move one of the niches over to Shopify and you've created all these different niche boards, well, guess what? Now you can change out the links and redirect them to a different page, and you have hopefully 1, 2, 3, 5, 10,000 followers on here. That are all, generating some free traffic. Even if it's only 1% of that, that's still significant and adds to the volume that's going organically to your guys' actual site or to your listings. And the other thing is, if down the road you guys are deciding, hey, it's time to sell my business, whether it's on merch or off, now not only do you have the actual store as an asset and the storefront and all of those things, but you've also created this following, which, to be honest, to anyone who's buying a company or an online business, having social media built up around it is a major, major win and a major asset for them that they can use down the road too, and is easily transferable. So, if you have a Pinterest page that has an extra 10,000 followers, who knows what that's going to convert to when you go to actually sell their business. The only thing I can say is that it's definitely going to help and not hurt your business down the road. So with that being said, sorry if this video went on a little bit long, but I just wanted to get all of those tactics out. Let me know down below, guys, are you using any of this stuff, or what are some of the other unique different things that you guys have been playing around with or doing? Again, I've only been doing this for a week and a half, and so I'm still learning kind of how this works, but I'm definitely excited about the method and interested to see how it goes. So drop a like, subscribe to see the last few days of this Merch Focus 30 series and get some more tips. But also let me know down below in the comments, what did you guys think? What were your takeaways, or what things are working for you? And of course, all the links and other videos are going to be down in the description below. And with that, we'll see you guys tomorrow at the next video.